Hey everyone, thanks for listening to the Grow Your Life podcast. My name is Jeremiah Krakowski, and on this podcast I help coaches, mentors, trainers, authors, and thought leaders reach more people, grow their businesses, and build their brands to 6, 7, and 8 figures. We help thousands of people just like you get the results they've always wanted, and one of the number one ways that we help people do that is through paid advertising. And so today, I want to talk about how you can make more money with your paid advertising and bring your costs down with a little known fact about how paid ads work. Now, just briefly, if you want to understand this, we have gotten all of our clients in our business through paid advertising. All of the businesses that we've helped grow to 8 figures have gotten their clients through paid advertising. And the clients of mine that get the most results right now also get theirs through paid advertising. So if you're watching this, you're saying, well, Jeremiah, how do I learn how to do it without paid advertising? How do I do it without paying no money? Well, there's lots of other great coaches out there that teach that. I help people take their paid advertising and amplify it to make tens of millions of dollars. That's why I say, if you just want to make a little bit of money, don't listen to me, because you'll probably get super rich by doing what I talk about. So here's the deal. When you run paid ads, it's very easy to lose money. It's very easy for it not to produce the return that you want. And that's okay. It's actually not okay because you don't want to lose money, but it's okay because there's a solution to that. Is you don't go at it blindly. You don't run paid ads without a plan and a system and a way to make sure that they produce results. Now, how can you make sure that your paid ads produce results? Most people, and honestly, it takes me like 2-3 hours to get to this point, usually with people, to where they understand this. I'm going to be skipping a whole lot of what I usually do. I have like a 2-3 hour presentation that I do where I share this with people, and they finally have a light bulb go off, this aha moment to where they realize that what I'm going to tell you is true. Most of the people I meet, sadly, argue and don't believe that what I'm about to tell you is true because they have, for whatever reason, been taught the complete opposite. Before you run paid ads, the most important two things is your offer and your sales copy. The words that you use. Now, there's tools out there like ChatGPT and Jasper that are helping us write better sales copy, but please, I beg of you, don't use these tools as a cop-out to stop thinking with your own brain, okay? Just don't do that. The only way that you're actually going to make your offers work is by speaking to a very specific group of people. And here's the fact that most people don't realize about paid ads. I just shared this in a mastermind this weekend. Facebook and Instagram and TikTok will actually charge you more money based on your copy. So one person's offer that could be about, one topic. Let's just say I ran 2 offers, and one of them is about how you need an offer, okay? And the other one is about how you need to run your copy. Now, both of these are true when it comes to paid advertising, right? Let's just say I'm going to run an ad and I'm going to say, I'm going to show you how to create the offer of your dreams. It's going to make you tons of money, right? And those of you who are like, well, what's an offer? I don't know what an offer is. An offer is the thing that people sign up for where they get on your email list, where when you run a paid ad, they click it, and then you're presenting some kind of a promise, a presentation, a webinar, a training, something like that. That's your offer, okay? Then I could do another offer where it says, the number one thing you need is sales copy. You need to create the best sales copy. Your sales copy is what determines the cost, all that. Facebook will actually charge me more, and I can't tell you which one they would charge me more for, but they would charge me more for one of these than the other. They will charge me more money, sometimes 200 to 300, all the way up to 1,000% more, 10x cost. And so it might literally cost me $1,000 to get a client with one type of sales copy, And it might cost me $100 to get a client with another type of sales copy. And all that changed was the initial offer copy, and Facebook decides, no, we're going to charge you 10 times as much. And so this is why most people lose money when they run their paid ads, because they're so focused on getting traffic, but they're sending traffic to pages that Facebook is charging them extra money for. So like, does that make sense to you? It's just basic economics in business that you're not going to pay $1,000 for what you could get for $100. Right? And so where a lot of people, and when they don't understand how to use tools like ChatGPT and tools like Jasper to write their copy, and they don't have offers that are specific enough to connect with the prospect, to connect with who is most likely to buy from them. And this is the part where that people pay me the most amount of money for, is I help them with this. Is when you're not specific enough in your copy about who you help, they will charge you more money. This is why a lot of coaches and a lot of mentors and a lot of trainers, while they have a heart to help lots of people, to help a wide range of people, they can't reach their target client because their copy is too vague, too general, too generic. It's casting too wide of a net. Okay? And so then the flip side of that is this. To make your paid ads actually work, your copy needs to be specific, not just to who's going to sign up, but it needs to be specific to one specific type of person. Your buyer. People who are going to spend money with you. Which means you actually have to exclude and alienate and segregate and ostracize, not because you don't want to work with them or could help them, but because you literally can't run a profitable business, the people who are not going to buy from you. So like, as a coach, as a mentor, we have this belief that this is our market right here that we can reach, okay? And this is our market that we can help, okay? Outside of that, like, those are probably people that they have no interest in what we're doing. But only about this much of that market is going to buy from us. And the rest of this, and this is just from my experience of working for 19 years, helping coaches, actually 20 years. I'm in my 20th year now, 21st year now, but been doing it for 20 years. 2003 is when I got into this industry, working with Danny Johnson and helping my mom and Tom Challen and people that helped me years ago. I got my start building funnels and marketing to drive traffic to offers that would convert to sales. Okay? And then since then, I've immersed myself in the world of mentorship, coaching, courses. We used to create DVD products and sell them to the tune of tens of millions of dollars. And that's what I've done exclusively for the last 20 years as my career. And I've gotten better and better and better and honed in my craft. And I've gotten to the point where what I'm teaching you right now, that's what people pay me the big bucks for. That's what people hire me tens of thousands of dollars for to help them with. And so let's say that this segment is your buyers right here, this little green part. All this red right here, while they might be lovely people, they might be nice people. There's some rude people in there too, right? Can I get an amen? But there might be some nice people in this red. But what you have to do is you have to actually exclude them from your offer, from your copy, from your language, is you have to exclude those people that are in the red in that tiny sliver from working with you if you're watching on the video. And then the green portion right here that we have marked is 5%, 5% of your market is likely to buy from you. So your copy needs to only speak to that 5%. And completely and utterly not just neglect, not just exclude, not just ostracize and segregate and alienate. Because literally, I'm telling you, I get a lot of nasty letters because people are like, Jeremiah, I would get to make lots of money with you. And or they write me and say, I'm a nice person and you're so nasty, Jeremiah, for not letting me join your coaching program. When people apply, we turn away certain people and they get really offended by that. We have a qualification process that we use. And so, but the truth is, those people who are not going to buy from you, or maybe they were going to buy from you, but they weren't a good fit, right? They would get disappointed further along, or your system just really isn't, and they misunderstood, right? I have people who think that. I've gotten really good after 20 years of knowing who's a really good fit to work with me and who's not. And so some people are like, you're assuming so much about these people. It's evidence-based. It's based off of evidence. And so what you do is it becomes this algorithmic equation. Don't let that big word scare you. When you write sales copy that is specifically written to your buyers, okay? And you make sure to repel anybody who is not going to get great results with you, isn't a good fit. Maybe just based on that, you're going to notice some red flags about certain people. Initially, you're going to have to test this out. And you might say, well, how do I know how to do this? I'm going to share that with you here at the end. And then I'm going to talk with you a little bit about how you can use this to bring your ads costs down. One example of this that we did, we ran a campaign when we were working with Rick Pino, and we ran two separate campaigns. One was written to Christian songwriters, right? People of faith who write songs. The other campaign was written to worship songwriters, which worship is actually a subgenre of Christian music. So not all Christian songwriters make worship music. There's a lot of country Christian, pop Christian, hip hop, all that, right? Great people. And truthfully, Rick could help them. They know how to publish music in all genres. When we ran our offer, that the copy was the only thing. We changed one word. Christian songwriter. We're like, right, we're going to cast a wider net. We're going to reach more people. The results were abysmal. It lost a ton of money. It seemed like a good idea, but it lost a ton of money. And so what we found is that actually by turning away everybody who wasn't the worship niche, his profits went up in his coaching business. In our business, when I was advertising about a year ago, we were reaching all coaches, all mentors, all course creators. And some people wanted me to show them how to do it without paid advertising. Notice at the beginning what I said. If you want to learn how to do it without paid advertising, I'm probably not a good fit for you. There's other great coaches. That's me repelling away somebody who's really not going to get much from me, who's really not going to get very much results from me. And so by you being authentic and not filtering yourself and specifically speaking to a very specific type of person that is not just who you can help, but who's going to make an investment. And that's the most important part is, are they a potential buyer? And you write your offer copy only to the people who will buy from you. Your advertising cost will come down. And your sales and profits will go up. And so when making an offer, what we help people optimize and do is to dial in their offer copy. And we're using tools like ChatGPT to do this. We have different methodologies and frameworks that we teach you how to do in my coaching program, that we teach you how to do even on some of our free live events. If you ever see an ad with me running a free live event that shows you how to launch your offer or how to start a coaching business or whatever that is, those free events walk you through a lot of those processes step by step on how we're doing that, okay? For the sake of time right now, I try to make these podcast episodes no more than 20 to 30 minutes long. I'm not going to go into those details. I do have a few episodes where I did go into those details that you can look back into, okay? But I'll tell you this, one of the best tools for using artificial intelligence for sales copy, Jasper.ai. Jasper.ai it's essentially ChatGPT with a better algorithm on top of it that writes better ad copy for your Facebook ads, better sales copy for your landing pages. We just did an intensive yesterday where we helped our clients craft their offer copy, work on their niche, work on their offer, and put the pieces together to get maximum results in their business. And so here's the thing. I'd love for you to join the waiting list of our group coaching program. If you haven't yet, the doors are not open. You can't join my coaching program right now. But I'd love for you to join the waiting list for when we do open the doors, to jump into that and to get the help that you need to start to get more clients in your business, where I walk you through this process. I support you along the way. That's the number one thing that people say is the difference maker with our business. See, the podcast, obviously you don't get any support. I'm just making episodes each week. I will provide you support though if you comment on YouTube. If you comment on YouTube and enough people leave a comment asking the same questions, I end up making new podcast episodes and new offers. So there is a way to get support from me even in that way. Otherwise, join one of the free events that we're doing, join one of the paid events that we're doing, or consider jumping into the Client Growth Accelerator, our group coaching program, when the doors open again by joining the waiting list. The number one thing that's going to affect your offer, that's going to affect your ads, that's going to affect your cost per client acquisition is your copy, and making sure that it's laser targeted to who's going to buy from you. Now, how can you figure that out initially? See, I hope I didn't lose a lot of people on the podcast. It's funny what happens. When I record a podcast like this, whenever I talk about, hey, join the waiting list and do all that, people just leave. Like we see that, like, people drop off. Sucks for them because I'm about to give a strategy that they would have missed, which is great. So here's how you do this. The feedback loop is the number one way to write your copy. We run virtual events, live events, online, whether they be a 1-day workshop or a 3-day or a 5-day. And when we run those workshops, I have a mechanism that surveys everybody who registers and asks them what's their biggest struggle and biggest problem. And I have a document with thousands of those answers. And so then what I do is my copy, this is the secret. My copy for my offers is literally the answers that all those people gave me. That's it. I take the answers they gave me, I filter it through Jasper, I filter it through ChatGPT, and then I create offers that just give people what they already told me that they're struggling with. And that's how we attract all of our clients. And that's what brings the cost down, is by generating a feedback loop, by actually creating a mechanism where people tell you what they want. So the idea is you create a virtual event where you're going to teach some kind of a topic. We base our topic off of that feedback loop that people give us. And this would be a piece that I would add here. Feedback loop. Okay, so these are the words that people are saying of what they want to learn, what they're struggling with, and what they want to take them to the next level. Okay? So I got a little baby spittle here. You know how it is if you're raising a new baby. And so we take the feedback loop and we filter it through the AI, and we're tweaking our copy just a little bit. We've been running our offers for the last year, and we're still tweaking it. We helped my client Rick Pino get to over $1 million a month. Took us almost 18 months of doing this process. It'll take about 12 to 18 months for you to reach that 7 to 8 figure level. but you can reach six figures in about 90 days. Most of the people who start applying this system with us reach that in about 90 days. And then about a year to 2 years after that, hit that 7-figure level. There's just different levels to go from 100,000 a year to $1 million a year. And so how have we in our business been able to generate over $100,000 a month? We're on pace in our business to make over six figures, is by doing exactly this. And so when you create virtual events, you put them out there and people sign up and register, and then you survey those people and ask them, what are your problems? What are you struggling with? What would you like to learn? And you filter that into your copy and you create another offer that's slightly adjusted based off of what people say. It drives your costs down and raises your profits. All right? So that's what you want to do, is you want to actually create opportunities to listen to your market for them to tell you what to put in your copy. And then what you do is you start to create mechanisms that repel anybody who doesn't want what the feedback loop people said. So anybody who is, for me, if you're a staunch perfectionist, if you're a measure twice and cut once type person to make sure that it's just so the first time, gosh, you're going to get nothing out of working with me, because I tell you, you need to launch your offers recklessly. You need to launch them with reckless abandon, because it's all an experiment. It's all a test. There's no way for you to guarantee that it's going to produce a result. And that might not be what you want to hear, but it's the number one thing that when people understand this, that your marketing, your offers, when reaching people, it's all an experiment, it's all a test, and perfectionism is the greatest enemy of your goals. It's what makes them the most amount of money. And so listen, if this has helped you, share it with somebody, jump into our waiting list, grow your life, everybody. We'll talk soon. Have a good one.